Everton, 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 Everton. There you go. Hello and welcome to Toffee Bluecast, people. Sorry for making you wait. I was looking for the unicorn to get it on, but I couldn't find it. But here we are. I have him. He's got headphones, same ones as me. I've got to introduce him straight away because I'm so excited. He's got the headphones. We're bang on now. We're getting there.
We're bang on headphones now. I didn't bring a ukulele. I forgot my ukulele though. So, is it upstairs? Oh, there you go.
We are getting there. Sound is done. So all we're going to do is get the glitches right, and we will be bang on this channel. Loads of people on already. This is going to be a good one, by the way, and it's going to be positive. It will be. I'm sorry if you want us to be negative, but we just can't. Right, let's get stuck into this. I've just been doing loads of stuff. That's why I'm late. I was rushing to get the fixtures of Nottingham Forest, of Leeds, of Everton, of Leicester to show you on the screen, people on the channel, to make it a good listen for you. So, yeah, that I was late for a good reason. But here we are. Paul, how are you feeling? Or was actually that before we start?
Not feeling bad. Feeling better than I was on Thursday evening, Friday morning. But, yeah, back again, more positive. And, yeah. We're going to do all right.
Do you know what? Normally it takes a while to feel better, but it seems I felt better straight away, quick. I don't know what it is, but I do feel better straight away. So let's get stuck into this. We're going to make it a good listen. We'll make it fast. It hits an hour sometimes, but we'll try and go through it as fast as we can to keep you all on all the way through and make it a good listen. The way it works, I'll explain if you're a new subscriber. If you are, thanks for coming on. The way it works is we'll get the last 7 games of Leicester, the last 7 games of Everton. Then we'll put both teams on the screen of what they played last game. So we'll put them against each other, Leicester versus Everton on the screen. And then people in the comments, this is where you come in massively. I mean, you could talk before that as well on the stuff that we're talking about. But people in the comments, we want your lineups and we want your score predictions at the end. So you'll drop your lineups at some point. We'll ask you, and we'll finish with score predictions, and we'll finish positive. Right, let's get this started. So I'm going to drop on the screen now. What have we got? Here we go. Should be a good one. I haven't got it. It was right. Carry on. It isn't there.
It's going to be a good one, though, this against Leicester, I think.
Yeah, go on, carry it on for me. I'm just going to find the lineups. They are there somewhere, I'm sure.
Well, we've actually won last 2 away games there. Mikalenko last season, good volley from an Iwobi cross. So an end product. Oh my word! So yeah, last couple of years we've had a bit of success at Leicester. Although actually, some bits are good, some bits are bad. It's because it's a Monday night. We've actually not scored in our last 4 Monday night matches, which is a bit of a bugger. We've drawn 1 and lost 3, so that's got to change. And we've actually never won 3 in a row at Leicester in our history. So that's another one to break as well. So it's a decent ground for us in the last couple of years, but maybe not overall history.
Well, I haven't got the last 7 games. I downloaded it on my screen, but it's not there. So we're going to just have to talk through this part. Okay. But yeah, last 7 games. I've got it on my phone here. We'll look at what they've done. You end up really organised, and it still goes against you, doesn't it? The last games that they've got. I haven't got the form. I'm trying to find the form there. Now, Leicester's form, what do you think of it?
Well, if you're talking sort of last 7 games.
Last 7 games, normally put it on the screen, but it's just not there.
7 games ago, they got a draw against Brentford away. Then they lost 2-1 away against Palace. They lost at home against Villa 2-1, and then lost at home against Bournemouth. So the trend is that they're not conceding a lot of goals, and they're managing to get the odd goal. They then lost away at City 3-1, and then beat Wolves 2-1 at home. And their last game was Leeds, which I watched. Leeds away 1-1. It was a decent game, to be honest. Both defences were pretty poor, but so was finishing as well. There was plenty of chances. It's quite an open game. First half was pretty atrocious, to be honest. They didn't, even though there was some chances first half, not many. It all came second half. Keeper didn't make a save in the first half. Second half, lots of chances. I think they were just going for it, both teams. So it was a decent game. Notably, Iheanacho actually got injured in that second half. So he's not going to be playing tomorrow, which is good because he scored against us a few times in the past. It does mean that Vardy's likely to start. So hopefully we can keep close enough to him. I certainly thought that Maddison was man of the match, and he's definitely there. The ball all over the field. Chances behind the striker. If we get someone on him and make sure that he doesn't dictate the play, then we've got a good chance. Got a couple of good players in the likes of Barnes, what's his name? Dewsney Hall, something like that.
Dewsbury Hall, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so good young lads on the wide positions, good at dribbling. If we are going to defend well, then we need to make sure that the two wide young lads don't get too many chances to have a shot cross goal or get to the byline. Ben Godfrey.
Yeah, I completely agree. They've got some good attackers. They've got good players on paper, but you look at the results. They've lost what? They've only won like one, lost four. They've lost more than us. Their form's a lot worse than us. And I just feel like it's a team that Leicester are a team that you look at and you get scared with the players. But when you actually look at what the results have been, they're awful. They have been awful. They drew the last one, I think, when I've written it down. They won then, and then they lost. Well, and it was awful. I think they lost 4.
The games that were against teams that are around both of us. So draw against Leicester. They did beat Wolves at home. They lost away against Bournemouth. The game in between there is City away, so you can't really sort of count that.
Ian Hope says you're right.
Yeah, they're the 3 games. They're the 3 games since Dean Smith has been in charge. So they've got a win, a draw, and a loss from Dean Smith's games, really. So they're not in great form. They did get a vital win at home, and that's the difference. That's the difference why they're above us, basically, and they've got a better goal difference. So they're not conceding lots and lots like we've done in a couple of games. But they're inconsistent. I mean, before Dean Smith's games, they were losing almost every game. They lost against Palace, drew against Brentford, lost at home against Chelsea, lost away against Southampton. So there's no consistency. I mean, they got beaten the cup by Blackburn at home, so that obviously wasn't going to give them a good lift. So they've got some good young attacking midfielders and one class midfielder in Maddison.
Well, that's what he's just said. Exactly what you said. Keep Maddison quiet, and you can keep them quiet. I think a lot of Leicester's game depends on how Maddison's playing. If you don't see Maddison have a good game, often the game doesn't go Leicester's way. Everything is built around Maddison, and I think if we've got some good centre midfielders, if one of our centre midfielder can take him out of the game, I do think it stops Leicester because Maddison's the player that's going to look for Barnes on the left. He's the player that's going to look on the right and see who's out there. But I'll show the team now. We'll go on to that. I have got the team, by the way. That is one thing that did download. But Maddison is a player that if you stop him, get stuck into him, he won't like it. So I think we've got to really get stuck into Maddison. Iheanacho, by the way, I listened to Leicester's. I feel like a proper scout. I do because I listened to Leicester's manager before the game. I listened to Everton's manager before the game, and Iheanacho's got injured and he come on and scored for Leicester. So that's good for us. That's a big blow for them. Him being out.
Yeah, I remember a few years. You remember a few years ago where he got a last kick of the game goal against us. I remember us at their place, and that was a gutting one, to be honest, because I think Leicester are in the same position as us. They've got maybe 1, 2 really good players.
Yeah, we'll talk about now. Let's get it on the screen. I mean, it's black and white, but it's a good little graphic there because I've got them up against each other, and it's bigger. You can see it this time. I'll put it side on for you. But they're the teams: Everton on the right and Leicester on the left. Now, we talk about Leicester and we say they have got good attackers, Maddison and Barnes. Vardy will come in, I think, because Iheanacho isn't going to play. So I think Vardy will start this game. They've got some attackers to stop, but I don't feel they're that good in defence. I think they're gettable when you look at that. I mean, I watched that Afro guy, Fellaini #2, score an own goal against Man United, top corner. He was awful against Man United the game I watched him. I think he scored 2 own goals or something or was part of 2 goals. And the other lad, the Samurai, he's freaking solid. He is solid. He is quite good. He is good.
Yeah, Fayez, the mad-haired one, had a shocker really against Leeds. He didn't look very composed on the ball. He was he looked panicked basically. I suppose how we see Michael Keane when he's at the back and he's thinking who can I pass to, and he's really got no one to pass to apart from Pickford. That's what he was like, but even more hectic, if you like. So there's certainly weak areas for us to exploit. I mean, Castagna on the right back position likes to get forward. So if we do have someone left-sided forward, left winger who can push him back, that would be good. Whether that be McNeil, possibly, we'll see. But your 2 class ones are your midfielder, your Maddison and your Tielemans.
Is Barnes out? I've just seen Mick say Barnes is out, but they didn't say that in the press when I listened to it. So I'm not sure on that one.
No, I've not sort of lineups and stuff like that. I've just got, according to theirs anyway, they say Iheanacho won't play. Some guy called Justin and Vestergaard.
Barnes is playing.
Questionable ones are Pereira, Johnny Evans and Bertrand as well. They're questionable. Doesn't mean that they won't actually make the team or be on the bench, but nothing said about Barnes.
They don't always tell us, do they? They don't always release whether. I think sometimes they keep it quiet whether Barnes is available or not.
Exactly, because all week you could have whoever's playing right back getting ready for Barnes.
What do you think of Paul Caswell's comment here? Because I always agree with Paul, but this is the first time I'm going to disagree with him, and this is a good disagree, by the way, because I don't want to see the 3-5-2. We're going to give our lineups in a minute. But I think this is a game where we can dominate in the centre. And I feel we need 3 in the centre to stop Maddison. I really do. I think if we've got 2 in the centre, Maddison's going to get a lot of time. And that wing-back formation just is... I can't see Sean Dyche playing that formation as well. But Paul, if that is your team in a minute, when we say drop your teams, then you stick with that. But I will give my opinion. I can't see Dyche playing with the wing-backs, even though... a lot are crying for it. I don't think it's a good option. I mean, I just watch Spurs now play with the wing backs, and it gives you no middle. You can't get out your box. It's a 5 at the back all the time. And I like to always have players in the middle because I feel like you've always got someone to pass it to. Where Everton, if we've got 2 in the middle, we just can't get the ball at all up the field. So that's just my point on that one. On the comments, keep dropping your comments though, because we love coming back on them. Paul will come back on the next one.
Yeah, I mean the 3-5-2 thing. I remember Conte changing Chelsea to a 3-5-2 and won the league with it. And it's because they had decent full-backs or wing-backs. It's all about wing-backs, really. You can flood the midfield with 3 people and it can be busy in there and you can kind of get away with it. If it's a 3-5-2, what are the ones on the wings doing? Are they just playing as full-backs and are you playing a 5 at the back? Or are they going to be part of that attack? Are they going to be able to overlap and then cause some damage going forward? And if Coleman's back, is he a wing back? You know, on the other side, Mikalenko, is he a wing back, or would that be McNeil? And if it is McNeil, is he strong enough to be a full back in a 5 at the back as well? So I mean, there's lots to think about. The danger is that we're pushing wing backs further forward. And then we're leaving the likes of Barnes, Tete is on there as well. If it be Dewsbury Hall, he tends to play out wide. So if we're playing 3-5-2, if our wing backs are being told to get forward, It's about how defensive minded we can be as well when we're actually caught on the break.
Well, he's explained himself here. He wants that formation because he wants to play two strikers, Paul Caswell said, which I don't blame you for playing two strikers. It'd be nice to play Mopay next to, Sims or Mopay next to DCL. The reason I say Mopay first is because he seems to get the shout before Sims. I wouldn't mind seeing Sims and DCL. It'd be two big units in the box then. So I can see where you're coming from and get crosses in. I bet you'd have Patterson in that team. If that's the team, we'll hit it. I'm looking at both of these. We'll say our lineups in a minute, but I do feel that we come out very good against Newcastle, and a lot because we got battered. You forget about it. You always remember the ending more than you remember the start, don't you? If the ending's crap, it makes you forget about the positives at the start. Now, I think Everton was quite good at the start. I do. I think we come out good, and I think because Newcastle have got a really good defence, they handled us coming out good. But I believe if Everton do come out the same again against this team here, this Leicester team on the screen, I think we can get a goal. I really do. I think we can push them, press them, and there's mistakes in those centre-backs of Leicester for us to get a goal, early goal. I really do. Is there anything more you want to say on this one? Then we'll move on to the lineups.
I'd say in the Newcastle one, we probably 75% of that of the team in the first half, obviously bar their goal, was promising, was positive, and it was just lacking that actual finish to get the goal, to get the shots on goal as well, because the shots that we actually had were all well outside the area, a good 20 yards at least. So that was against Newcastle, best defence in the league. So if you're sort of thinking the same thing, if we can have that sort of energy, that kind of creativity around in the midfield area to get us into that final third against the team who are doing as badly as we are, then maybe we will get the chance to do those finishes and have more shots on goal as well.
I completely agree. I think we'll do better. I think we'll work it better as well. We did start that game good, and we start out against Leicester. I think being away in this game will be an advantage. I think it scared them last game. We got behind them, and they bottled it a little bit. That made them nervous. I think sometimes to just go away. We've shown these players how much we care. We've shown these players. They've seen us greet them on the bus. We've shown how much we care. We don't need to show it now. They've seen it. Now those players go out this game and just do your thing. Just go out. It's on the players now. Just go out and do your thing. Don't get scared. Just go out, have a good game. Enjoy your football. Realise what's at stake. Keep your head switched on, but don't plop it. Go and play your best football and what will keep you up. Right, now we'll move on to lineups because we're going to keep this interesting for you. I've seen Mick's put his lineup already. I will read that out. Paul's going to give his lineup. I'll give mine. Then I'll read Mick's, and then people in the comments now. There's loads on. This is record numbers, by the way. People in the comments, all of you in the comments, I want to see your lineup. I've just seen you don't feel confident. You will be by the end if you stick with us, trust me. Right, I want to see your lineups. Put your lineups in the comments. I'll ask Paul his now, and I'll give mine, and then I'll read all your lineups in the comments. It might be a mission to type up, but please do so, because I do want to know what all you Everton fans are thinking should be the lineup, because I know there's been a lot of controversy with Sean Dyche's lineups. So I'm really interested on what you lot think in the comments. So get involved in the Bluecast lineups. Right. Paul, what's your lineup? Have you got it?
Right. Well, mainstay in goal. So Jordan in goal.
Yep.
And then I'm hoping Seamus is back, to be honest. I think if he's back, that's going to be absolutely brilliant, because I think we just need someone to grab hold of the bloody shirt, you know what I mean? And just show him what it's about. So I'd have Coleman right back if at all possible. If he's not fit, I'd have Patterson. You've got to play the lad. You've got to give him some sort of opportunity. I think Keane must still be dizzy from Thursday. So I'd have Cody in alongside Tarkowski. Cody's not been in since Villa. I know he got turned by Buendia against Villa, but surely he can't be that bad in training where he's being kept out by defenders that actually have conceded a hell of a lot of goals recently. So I would change Keane for Cody.
Well, Cody made. I was just going to say Cody made a mistake in the Derby game, and he got dropped. Keane made a mistake. Will he get dropped? Interesting. So you got Coleman, Keane. Who you got in the centre with him?
I'd have Tarks in with Cody.
Yeah.
I think Tarkovsky actually did all right, to be honest. He seemed to not be part of that Isak shambles on our right-hand side. So I'd have Tarks in the middle with Cody, and I'd normally say Godfrey, to be honest, ahead of Mikalenko, but I actually would have Mikalenko ahead of Godfrey this time.
I know, I'm the same. A lot of grilled Mikalenko, but I feel Godfrey was a lot worse than Mikalenko last game. And I'd normally put Godfrey left back, but after seeing him last game, I think he deserves to be dropped. We've got to set a standard. And Mikalenko, I feel like I'm going to give my lineup, but I can completely see where you're coming from on that.
Yeah.
So that's your defence. Back for onto your midfield. Who's your midfield?
Midfield three is the same midfield three that you've got there. So Anana and Decore in front.
So the same three. Who have you got in the? I was doing more then. You had a little echo there. I was just going to bring you back in 2 seconds. I just want to know who have you got in the? Bring you back in there. Who have you got up top then? You're doing a 4-3-3 like what's there? Well, 4-5-1 or whatever it will be.
Yeah. I'd actually have McNeil right hand side, and I'd have Gray left hand side.
McNeil and Gray. So you're dropping Iwobi.
Yeah. I just don't think there's any end product at all, and it'll be brilliant legs to bring on to maybe create something or to work hard when we need to keep a lead. But I just don't think Iwobi's done it. I don't think many of them haven't, to be fair. But I would switch McNeil over onto the right hand side, and I'd have Gray on the left, and almost really Gray really pushing far forward so we can keep Castagna back in his right back position rather than getting forward, and to support Calvert-Lewin as well. Because again, I don't think we're going to be in a position where we're going to have lots of possession and we're going to get to the byline to get a cross in to pull it back to the penalty spot where Calvert-Lewin will be there. I just don't think that's going to be the case. I think we'll be a lot more defensive minded than maybe Leicester will. They'll see it as one of their home games. They'll see it as a must win. I know it's kind of a must win for us as well, but we don't want to lose. And I think McNeil and Gray can come inside and actually have a shot on goal, as opposed to putting them on the other side and them having to try and get down to the byline or just turn around and pass it back to the fullback. I'd like to see them both have a go, take someone on, and then actually get some decent shots from the edge of the box.
Yeah, I do feel like we can do these down the wings. You look at the right back and left back; they are average, but I don't think they're special. And I think you can get at them. It's scary, isn't it? Because you've just made a good point. I'm going to say my lineup now and read yours in the comments. But if you drop, like a lot of people want to keep those three in the middle. Now, unless you move Iwobi in the middle, if you're dropping one of the wingers, it is going to be Iwobi. If you do want Gray in, and a lot will be like, "Whoa, you're dropping Iwobi," but it might have to be an option. I'm not sure on that one. It might have to be an option. Now, I'll give my lineup now and I'll read yours.
Yeah, go on.
My lineup is Pickford in goals. I'm going to go same as you, Coleman or Patterson. I'll go Coleman first. You need your old school in this, the proper Everton. Yeah. I'm going to go. I think I would go Yerry Mina. I don't know whether Sean Dyche has got asked the questions in the interview about Yerry Mina, and he might just show the bollocks to play Yerry Mina. But I just think Mina, he hasn't played in ages. He can turn up in big games. It's risky, but Yerry Mina, I just fancy him at the side of Tarkowski against this Leicester team because he could score as well. Mina does score. I mean, Dyche will say, I've put Michael Keane in because he's good in the air. Mina's better in bloody the air than Michael Keane. Mina's really good in the air, and he does score big goals in these sort of games. I've got Mina doing it in my head in this, so I'm putting Mina in. I don't normally do it, but I've got Mina in. So I've got Tarky and Mina, solid. Yeah. Coleman, solid. Mikalenko, he's got to go there. I haven't got another left, but I'm not putting Godfrey there. and I'm not putting anyone else there. So I've got to go Mykolenko. He wasn't too bad last game.
With Mina, you sound like me on about 3 or 4 weeks ago, saying he should be in every time.
Yeah, I'm on him now. I'm on the Mina. I'm on the Yerry, mate. I am. I'm on the King Yerry. Get him in there. If he breaks in 10 minutes, fair enough. Don't play him again. But at least see whether the Weetabix is going to turn all right with no milk. Right. Let's see on the centre. I'm going to stick with Onana. He still needs to prove himself. Played a little bit better last game, but still needs to prove himself. I'm going to stick with him, though, because I feel like he does defend a little better with the tackles. Gay, I thought, was good last game. He had some shots on target. He was everywhere. He was closing down, and he looks like he wants to keep us up. Gay stays for me. Decore, he looked really good, and I think he will push up near Calvert-Lewin. He looks like a guy that can get a goal for us. So I stick with the 3. I do stick with the 3. Now, McNeil definitely stays for me. McNeil is one of our best attacking players at the minute, and he's probably the main person that looks like scoring from current form because he has been scoring. On the right-hand side, see, this is people in the comments, tell me what you think like this, and I'll still read your lineup. McNeil, Gray, or Iwobi? Because I think Damari Gray used to play for Leicester. And he might do them. Do you know, frigging we always get done by our old players? I've got a feeling Gray against Leicester, he won't be scared of him. He's been at that club for a while. He'll feel comfortable. They got rid of him. He might want to prove a point. He'll know the players a little bit. Probably not all these new ones, but he'll know them a little bit. And I feel Gray could be a trick. To drop Iwobi would be crazy. But the good thing is, if Gay or Decore or Onana are tired or get a yellow card, you can bring Iwobi on at half time and he'll be up for it because he's been dropped. And I just would do that. I fancy Iwobi, put him on the bench, bring him on. He's been played every game, so he probably is getting tired. So, yeah, I'm going to play Gray and McNeil on the wings. I fancy Damari Gray, I really do. Calvert-Lewin up top, and that's my team. It's the same as yours, isn't it?
Are you having McNeil on the left?
I think switch it. I think see who you're doing. I think with Damari Gray, because I've got him on the wing, you've got to see where you're having joy. I think McNeil can play anywhere, but I think Damari Gray, he can rip some players with his speed, can't he? So I think try him on the right, and you can switch it, can't you, if it's not working? It's good to switch.
We say that every week, and it's not. It doesn't happen.
No, switch it.
It doesn't happen half as much as it should in games, to be honest.
Switch it to confuse them.
It's one of the only positions, if you like, that you can be comfortable in changing 2 people over.
Let's get these teams
it doesn't matter from a defensive, or it shouldn't matter from a defensive point of view. So if it ain't working with them on opposite wings
here we go
to their usual side, so they can cut in, then change it back in.
There's loads of teams here, which is good. I'm having to scroll right up to get the teams. Here we go. I was just looking for Mix. I know he commented first on what team he wanted, but I can't find it now.
It is there.
Have you found it?
Yeah, it is.
I'll let you put them on the screen then. You're the host now. Pickford, Tarkowski, Cody, Coleman, Mykolenko.
I think he's gone same as the pair of us.
Yes.
You went Mina, didn't you? I went Cody.
Yeah, I went Mina because I think you and Mick would go Mina, but you don't think he will play Mina.
No.
What do you tell us, Mick? If you're still on, would you play Mina?
And in some ways, I'd still go for Cody ahead of Mina in this one. To be honest, I don't know why. There's just a feeling more than anything. Maybe it's been because of Dyche's press conference, because that was unusual. Well, not unusual, but it struck a chord, didn't it? Where he was asked about Mina, and to be fair, whoever the journalist was who asked the question, he said, "Can you explain to the fans of why Mina isn't playing?" Basically, is what he
didn't explain though, did he?
He didn't. No, he started talking about the forward players. Defense starts with the forward players and all this sort of stuff. He kind of waddled his way around the whole kind of question. Reading between the lines, you don't fancy him,
no,
for whatever reason.
He completely dodged the question. He said Yerry Mina hasn't game fit, but when he come in, he said Michael Keane's not game fit yet. and then gave him games to get him game fit. So he clearly prefers Michael Keane to Yerry Mina because he hasn't even gave Yerry Mina a game to get game fit since he's got. It just didn't make sense. I don't know. I don't think he likes him. Something frustrates him about him. Now, Paul, you said a different team. Good team, Mick, by the way, very similar to ours. Well, bang on with yours, just not Mina. So he got it same as you. This one, right? Is this going to be 5 in defence?
So Paul's. This is the what looks like the 3-5-2. So Mina, Taki, and Cody is your back 3 with Patterson on the right. Oh, hang on. That's a good question, actually. Is that Patterson on the right? And who's left side?
Yeah, it's going to be Patterson on the right, Iwobi on the left. Isn't it? He's going to presume that Iwobi can play left wing back on that.
Could be, possibly.
Or is he playing McNeil left wing back?
Put it in the give us a shout, Paul. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know on that one. Then he's got DCL. I can see what he wants Gray up there with Calvert-Lewin on that formation. It is an interesting one. If he played the wing backs, then I'd be very surprised with Dyche if he did that. I think if I didn't have Dyche as a manager, I'd probably be more convinced it was going to happen. Jamie, here he is, the main man. Jamie, Pickford, Coleman, Tarky, Keane, Mikalenko, Gay, Decore, Onana, McNeil, Iwobi, and DCL. So it's just Iwobi and Gray that's different from mine, that one, isn't it? But he has got Keane in there as well, actually.
I think the massive thing is that no one wants Dominic isolated going forward.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
I want Decore near him, don't I? He wants Gray. If you want Gray near him.
Anybody, I think. I think you've just got, as a team, I think we've got to be higher up the pitch when we've got the ball, is the thing.
Have you got your phone on you?
We can't sit edge of our own area when we've got the ball.
I think I'm going to have to ring. I'm going to have to ring the police. I think someone's hacked Everything Everton's account there. No way, Everything Everton. That can't be him on that.
Why?
Where's Mills?
Where's Mills? There's a good shout. Where's Mills?
Where is your Mills? I can't believe you dropped your own son.
Did I see?
I can't believe you dropped your son.
See Madison early.
Mikalenko, Tarkowski, Coleman, Cody. He's normally, by the way, Everything Everton, regular on the channel, has always got Mills in his lineup. Always. And he's dropped him. And it just feels so random that he's dropped him. I would really want to know the story why you've got Mills. Like, tell us why, what's happened. Stick Mills on. He wants him on now.
That's what he said earlier on.
He feels bad now. I'm going to make you feel bad for dropping him. I'll just keep it up to date with all these comments. There's loads of comments, by the way. I'm trying to get you involved.
For
no Mina
3-5-2. For Paul's
I said that.
Near wing, Patterson on the right.
Yeah, I did say that.
And Gray just behind DCL.
McNeil does get back. I can understand it. No Mina. What's he dropped there? Mixed drop. No Mina on what? Sorry. There we go. No Mina. Agent has told him not to play again. That's the gospel. Be interesting if he has. Yeah, but it's weird because they can't sell him for anything, Mick. So he's not going to go for any money. So we're not going to affect his value or anything because we get absolutely nothing for Yerry Mina. So I'd understand it if we wanted to keep him fit so we could sell him. But might as well just bloody use him. I don't know what I don't believe we're going to use Mina. I've just put him in because I want to try him. Is that all the lineups that we've read now?
If there's
anyone else with your lineup, drop your lineups. Anyone else, drop your lineups. Interested on what your lineups will be. If not, we'll do score predictions now. And then after score predictions, we'll talk about the game and make you feel more positive. Let's do score predictions then. Let's go for it. Score predictions. No one else has dropped the lineup. Let's go score predictions. Now, this is going to be interesting. On score predictions, people on the channel, got a few on. Love it. Quite a few on tonight. On score predictions, we want your score and who's going to score every goal. That's what we want. So I'm going to let you go first, Paul, because you put me on the spot last time and caught me off guard. Go on.
I did. Well, last one wasn't very good prediction, but I was never going to predict that, to be fair. I did get the Palace one right in terms of the result, not the score. But I actually think I'm going to say 3-2 to us.
3-2.
Yeah, I think it's going to. I mean, it's a bit random, but I just think both defenses are awful, and I think there's some half decent attacking players, and I think with Leicester's defense not being great, I think the chances that we've had in previous games, which have been half chances, we can create better chances against the Leicester defence. So however it went, even if it was the greatest comeback of all time, yeah, I'd say that we're going to win 3-2.
For us, a scary game, 3-2. I hope we score 3 goals and they score 2 in the last seconds of the game to make me feel less stressed.
That'd be still stressing though, wouldn't it? That'd be awful.
Oh I'm struggling with the stress of these games. I really am. Not struggling in like a unhealthy way, just really are scaring me. Oh, they don't feel good. My score is going to be, I'm going to read your scores. Thanks everyone for putting your scores in the comments. Put your score and your goal scorer in the comments. I'm going to read them out after mine. My score is going to be 3-1 Everton. 3-1. And I know I'm going stupid. And by the way, my scores, I've got to go with my heart. And I think 3-1. Calvert-Lewin's got to start scoring. Like, he's looking good every game. And I think it's just going to be clicks. I really do think it's going to be clicks. So in my goal scorers, I'm going to have Calvert-Lewin, McNeil, and it's going to be one of the centre midfielders. Who shall I pick? Gay, Onana, or Doucouré? I'm going to pick Doucouré. So Doucouré, McNeil. I knew you were going to do that. And DC. I was going to pick Garner Gay because Garner Gay was having a lot of shots last time. He had about 3 shots on target. And I was going to pick Onana as well, but I didn't know who to pick Doucouré. And I'm going to pick Doucouré because he does get close and he gets forward. So they're my 3 scorers. And for them, probably it'll probably be Barnes for them, won't it? Barnes freaking always scores against us if he plays. I don't know. Or Vardy. Vardy's a shitbag against Everton as well. But I'm going to go 3-1. And I just want us to just go out, smash some goals in, get Leicester fans screaming and all on Leicester players' backs. Let them be toxic and just let us go away and smash it and let that be a bad hostile place, Leicester, when we play them. That's what we want it to be. That's my score, right? People in the comments just going to come on now. Here we go. Everything Everton has gone Leicester 2. I want your goal scorers, everything Everton.
Oh, to be fair, I'd say further down for everything Everton.
Always got it further down, yeah. 2-0 EFC, DCL ×2. I would love that, Jamie. I really would love that. We don't want to get stressed. We just want a nice win. Clean sheet would be amazing as well.
Great. Brilliant.
I'm going to get slated now. I'm going to say 3-0 Everton, DCL 2. I would love it. 3-0. Confidence on your defence and your attackers would be amazing. Paul, I love you on that one. Mick's gone more sensible, which I'd still be buzzing with. Starch likes his 1-0, doesn't he? And 1-0's the best result. Gray as the goal against Leicester. That'd be quite interesting, wouldn't it? Especially after he's been dropped. So that'd be a good one by Mick. Yeah. Everything Everton. This sounds a bit more like him. Leicester 2, Everton 4, DCL 2, Cody, Mills off the bench. Boom. And that's my boy, yeah. Well, he'll forgive you now when he's listening to this channel because he probably deleted you on Twitter after that, but he'll re-add you after that. I've not slept since Mick. I know exactly how you feel, mate. I feel freaking sick most days. I can't stop thinking about him. But I still think we're going to stay up, but I still feel scared because you just know what's at stake. We're staying up, everything Everton said. Ian Hope said 1-0.
Tarky header, yeah.
Tarky header.
There we go, Tarky header.
I'm glad you knew what that meant because I didn't know what it meant then.
I
was thinking, have Leicester got a player called Teoda? I was thinking, but there you go. Yeah. What would a draw do for you two? Mick's just commented. Well, now we've all put our scores. Anyone else want to put your scores? We're going to talk about Everton now. We've got the stuff off the chest. We've gone through the game. We've looked at Leicester. We've looked at Everton. And we've looked at the players. And we've gave lineup predictions, score predictions. So now people in the comments get involved. We'll just talk Everton. Let your emotions out. Paul has said before, you give us the best speech ever, and it got so many people up for it. And I even put it as an edit because Paul said some good words. We're not over. Everton have been in worse situations than this. He was talking about when Duncan Ferguson was playing and we needed to score last minute, and we're looking at other scores going away. I put the video on my account. It's been worse than this. We've still got 5 games. So I'm going to put the games on the screen now. And people keep coming at me and saying, Everton are down, Everton are down. Why are you saying we're stopping up and stuff like that? Look at what we've done in all these games. I'm saying I don't care about that. I don't care what Everton have done in the games before, because if I wanted Everton to play like that, I wouldn't be a good fan. I'm not getting behind them to be that. I'm getting behind them to be better. So I'm going to put it on the screen now to get you a bit more positive. These are the fixtures. It has managed to download this one.
Yeah, I was going to say the Wimbledon year in 93, 94, I think we'd won 2 out of 15 going into the Wimbledon game, and we'd won 1 out of 13 going into the Coventry game, 97, 98. And they're the 2 closest times, other than last year, that we were really in trouble. So we've still got some lives yet. We haven't run out of our lives yet, so we've got a good chance.
I'm just zooming into this. If you make your screen bigger, you can see it better. I've just made my screen bigger. I'm going to have to type it all up next time, but I just did this last minute because someone showed it and I thought it'd be an interesting one to show. These are the fixtures of teams that I feel are massively in it. And by the way, everyone, Everton fans, the results was fantastic this weekend. Absolutely fantastic. They went our way. I mean, for Brentford to come back like they did, and I would have been happy if Brentford come back and drew. Brentford come back and won. It felt like we gained 3 points because 1 minute they're 1-0 up and you think, oh, they've gained 3 points or something. And then they lose and you think, oh, we've gained 3 points back. That's what it feels. We're all watching these other teams. And I thought Forest loss was amazing and will massively help us because it can bring Forest into it. And the Leeds got battered. Leeds got absolutely spanked in a game where I thought that it would be close, but Leeds got spanked. It wasn't even close. And that went our way as well. Leeds didn't gain the points on that. So I was really happy with the Leeds. Every result this weekend was fantastic. And I was thinking to myself, it's got to be meant to be for us Everton fans. If the results have gone like this, God's telling me that we're going to do it. Honestly, those signs, you know what I mean? You believe in signs. That's what it's like. But yeah, this is the fixtures. Obviously, the top 2 is Leicester and Everton. But what do you think on this, Paul?
I think
just going to get rid of that banner at the bottom. It blocks
they're all so random, and anything can bloody happen. Do you know what I mean? I know it went pear-shaped for Southampton, but they were winning for a while. That was a bit of a worry as well. So I just think we're all so inconsistent. We're all bad at defending, and attacking can be great and rubbish, and so anything can happen in these games. However, looking at it, you want to not lose against the teams around us, and you want to pick your wins up from elsewhere. Now, if you sort of look at ours, even if we drew tomorrow, there'll be some people who will be negative on that because they'll see it as a must win. But say we drew tomorrow, we would basically be in the same positions. In fact, actually, a draw would do Leicester a lot of good because that would actually put them 16th. Then it'd be Leeds. So it'd be Leicester on 30 on 16. Then it would be Leeds. Then it'd be Forest on 18. On 18th with 30 points, and we'd still be 19th, but we'd have 29 points. We're really close together, those 4 sides. And even if we get a draw tomorrow, it's not the end of the world. Thinking that we're actually then going to get some results elsewhere.
But even if Mick, I think Mick said that. How would you feel about the draw? Even if we drew, we've still gained a point on what Leeds did. And on what Nottingham Forest did. We've still gained a point on what they did. And a draw isn't a bad result, but I just massively do think we're going to win it. But a draw would kind of just take you 1 point away from being out of the bottom 3, which with the fixtures we've got, I mean, take away that Leicester game, I still feel we've massively got better fixtures than these teams on the screen. So you'd still say to be 1 point away, a draw sets you up nice to still go and win. Some say, oh, this game decides whether we stay up or go down. If we don't win we're down. I don't think that. That's my point that I want to make. I don't think that. I do think a win could massively push us away. But
I think looking at those results that are left.
Go on then, Paul. Yeah, I'm going to test you. People in the comments as well, do this as well, because I like little things for you. I like to keep it entertaining for you. I'm going to test you, Paul.
Go on.
How many points do Everton get there? Leicester, Everton, Brighton, Everton, Everton, Man City, Wolves, Everton, Everton, Bournemouth. How many points do we get? Put you on the spot there. People in the comments, tell me how many points you think Everton get. I've got zoomed in here, but put it in the comments and I'll put it on at the end if I can. How many points do you think Everton get? I'll read the games out to you.
Honestly, I think we get 5.
5 points.
Yeah, and that's not thinking about anyone else. I think.
Who do you think we'll get them against? Do you know in your head?
I think we get the draws and win out of Leicester, Wolves, and Bournemouth. To be honest, Brighton is still in hunt for top 5. City won't have won the league by then, so they'll be on it, and they're good. I mean, Brighton rested Matoma in their 6-0 battering of Wolves, so I just think they're too good for us. It'd be great if we got anything against City. It'd be a bonus. The games against Leicester, Wolves, and Bournemouth are where we're going to get our 5 points.
So you think 5. Now, I'll tell you what I think, and then people in the comments, you put what you think Everton are going to get in these 5 games. I think we'll beat Leicester. Okay. I think we'll draw against Brighton. I think we'll lose against Man City. I think we'll beat Wolves. I really do. I watch Wolves, and I know people will say they're better at home, but it was absolutely awful. I think it's a game we've got a good chance in. I can't see why not. I'll probably play Cody in that one as well. Oh no, you can't. He's on loan. There you go. Yerry will be in. And Bournemouth, I think at the end of the, I think we'll have a good chance in that. That's what 3 wins I've got there, and that keeps us up for me. I think 5 points keeps us up.
You've got 10. You've got 10 points there out of possible 15.
I know people are going to grill me for that. That's how I feel, though. That's why I'm saying to people, "Why are you saying we're down?"
Why not?
I don't get it.
Yeah, why not?
I don't get it. I understand if we beat Leicester, we need things to go for us. Leicester are a very good team, but once we beat them, I'm saying a draw against Brighton. Brighton are really good, but you never know. I'm saying a loss against Man City, and like I say, it might get 1 win out of this Wolves and Bournemouth, but I do think that we'll pick some points up there. Now, I'm going to move on to Leicester.
What about? Yeah, go on.
I was just going to say Leicester. What do you think on that? Leicester versus you go now. Leicester versus Everton.
Well, I'm gonna put a draw down for sake of argument for the game with us. I think they'll lose against Fulham. I think they'll lose against Liverpool. I think they'll lose against Newcastle. I think they'll beat West Ham.
That puts us above them. That puts us above them, by the way, with the way the table stands, with the way you think it's going to go. 5 and 4.
5-33. No, it wouldn't. They would be above us on goal difference.
So you're good with your maths, you are, aren't you, teacher? Yeah, you're all right. All right, and that maybe. But I could clash you here and say you actually said Everton are going to beat Leicester.
No, I said draw.
Did you say draw?
I said we get 5 points from Leicester.
No, I mean, what did you say in your score prediction?
I did.
You changed it.
3-2.
You changed it. Just because someone said draw.
All right, hang on.
That's what I meant. I know what your first score was.
Because I've done these for years. I've always done it worst case scenario as well.
I know. Someone got you a bit doubted then. No, I'm going with your first answer. You said Everton are going to win. So
well,
Everton have won 3-2. They haven't drew. They won 3-2. It was a VAR decision. Leicester didn't get it, so Paul's not getting the draw. It's 3-2. Paul's first one.
Puts us, from my perspective, it puts us on 33. It puts Leicester on 32.
Yep. So we've done Leicester there. There you go. They're in the bottom. So it is an interesting one now because this is interesting. People in the comments put what you think because I am going to be honest with you, and this will make you feel a lot better. It does me. It's about what we do, but it is also about what they do. And Nottingham, I'll ask you first, Paul. Nottingham Forest, Southampton.
Forest. Forest win.
Chelsea, Forest.
I'll say Chelsea, but I mean just
Forest, Forest, Arsenal. Arsenal will need to win the league on that one.
I know. You know what? It wouldn't surprise me Forest winning, to be honest with you. I think they'll beat Southampton, and I think they'll get a win out of either Arsenal or Palace.
And then you've got, by the way, we play Man City very close to that, so we're going to make that title race interesting. Crystal Palace versus Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, I think Forest.
Do you think Forest will do well? This is mine, by the way.
Going to get out of it. I just think Forest will get out of it. Go on, you go.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting because mine and yours is very opposite here. I think Southampton have been awful, but I think they'll step up this game. They've still got Prowse, they've still got some good players, and I think if Southampton lose this, they're down. They've got no chance of getting back up. All hope is gone. And I think Nottingham Forest against Southampton, I've been right today all the way through the weekend. I said that the results would go our way. I think Southampton will beat Forest. I really do. Watching what Forest was like against Bournemouth at the end there, I think Forest are going to flop that game. I think Chelsea, everyone thinks they're shit because they've been shit, but they've got some good players and they'll turn up to beat Nottingham Forest easy. I do think that. I think Chelsea will easily beat them. I think Arsenal are competing for the league and they'll smash Forest in a game like that, competing for the league. And then I think at the end, that's the only game for me Forest might win. And I don't even think they'll win that. I don't think they'll win a game out of all of them. Right, I really don't. I think they could be down by that game. I don't think they'll win any. I could be wrong. And me and you will have a little competition on this because we always do see who's right. You're normally more right. But I can't see Forest winning a game there. I really can't. Chelsea with the players remember the players they've got. I know they're not performing, but the players they've got, they will turn up eventually. And I think they'll smash them there. So I've got none on that. Now, we'll move on to the next one. People in the comments keep putting what you're saying, and I'll drop a few on in a minute on the last one.
Thought I'd do this. What did you say for Leicester? What did you say for? Did you say the Leicester ones?
No, I didn't. I just went to Forest.
You did, didn't you? So what do you reckon about Leicester then?
See, do you know the reason I did that? Because I think Leeds and Forest are the ones that are going to go below us, and Leicester will get above us. That's the reason I did that. But Leicester, I think, will beat them, so they'll lose that. Fulham, Leicester will win.
Right.
Liverpool, Leicester will lose. Newcastle, top four, they're getting. Leicester will lose. And West Ham, at the end, I think it'll be a draw.
Yeah.
So that probably does. They might be down.
Well, that's 4 points.
Yeah. We could finish above Nottingham Forest and
Europe.
Leicester. Yeah, we might as well go for Champions League. I'm not even joking. I think we could finish above Leicester if we beat them this game. Finish above Forest. And now, obviously, we've got Leeds now, but Leeds are in trouble as well. We'll talk about them now. Leeds, last one, people in the comments.
Yeah.
This is a good, interesting one. It takes your mind off things a little bit and makes you feel better. I will go through the comments after if I don't read them out on the screen. Paul, Man City versus Leeds.
These are the 4 fixtures you don't want. These are bad fixtures.
I know.
I think City will beat Leeds.
Yeah, they'll smash them.
There's not much doubt in that, really.
Leeds, Newcastle.
I think Newcastle will win. I just think if Newcastle was if they were safe in whatever position they were going to get, I think they'd be easier, but
they need that Champions League. Newcastle.
Well, United are constantly pushing them.
Yeah, and Liverpool are starting to catch up now as well. Newcastle won't want to let that slip with Liverpool winning today. They're going to be on it, and Newcastle are on fire, by the way. So I can see Newcastle winning that. West Ham versus Leeds.
I can't see Leeds winning. I just think physically West Ham are a decent side, and they're relaxed as well. I mean, the Palace game, the 4-3 with Palace, both teams are fairly relaxed, and they just produced a load of goals. So we don't think they're going to pick up. I don't think that Leeds are going to beat anybody. And a lot are saying Everton won't win, but I feel we will. Honestly, looking at our fixtures there, people will moan, where's your goals coming from? They'll say, we've only won so many all season. I don't care. Sean Dyche has come in. He's beat Arsenal, he's beat Brentford. I think he'll get 2 more wins on there at least. I really do.
I think Sean Dyche will pick up some wins on that. So we've just gone through this now, by the way. We've looked at Leicester, we've looked at Forest, and we've looked at Leeds. And Southampton we've just already left down there. We could finish above all 4 of them.
Well, going off
what we said.
Generally what we've said, we've then got, well, actually we probably got Southampton, then Forest and Leeds, to be honest. Although we disagree on how far Forest will go. I think we've got Leicester getting enough more points than Leeds and Forest. And it's basically all about us, you know. There's a weird scenario in the fact that none of us win any games, but it's the draws. It's the draws and the goal difference that keep you up.
I've just gone on and I've read. I didn't see your comments while I'd zoomed in, and Mick says he's shitting himself. Mick, we'll do it. Just stay with us. We will do it. We will smash it. I promise you, we will stay up. You'd rather be part of the people that believe than be with the ones that said we're down.
It's draining. It's draining.
Because everyone that says we're down, when we stay up, and I said we will, I'll be like, I told you we'd stay up. I told you. I think, look, I put it in. You told me we're down. People keep going on my Twitter and saying, no, we're down. We're down. I just screenshot it. And I'm just going to put all the screenshots out there, video. I'm going to put them all together. I'm going to get them all ready for the collage of when we stay up, because we are going to stay up. Honestly, I do believe we're going to stay up, and it's a massive step next game. Not easy. I'm not deluded, by the way, either. I know how good everyone else is. I know how poor we've been, but I really do believe we're going to stay up. We probably only need 2 wins to stay up. If we beat Leicester, we probably only need 1 more win. Looking at those fixtures, with the way it's going, we probably need 1 more win if we beat Leicester to stay up. And we've got some good games. So why ain't we going to stay up? Don't get scared. We'll do it.
No. And I mean, so away, I know away form is notoriously bad in terms of the number of wins, but if you look at the away games that we've had in recently, the Palace game, 0-0, 10 minutes to go, we had 10 men. We drew away against Chelsea, getting the 2-2. I mean, looking at the games, our last away games were Palace, and then United before that, 2-0. Chelsea before that. That seems like months ago. It's just from the sheer stress of everything and everything that's happened. It just seems as though those games were just so far away in the past. But actually, the away games we've had have been Palace. Before that was United. Before that, we drew at Chelsea. Before that, we drew at Forest. The game before that was when Dyche took over. So if you're looking at away form, we've drawn, lost, drawn.
And people say it's bad.
We've drawn 3 and lost 1 in our last 4 away games. You wouldn't think it. Sort of the feeling and everything else.
It's because most Everton fans just want to be angry no matter what, because they're so angry with the owner and the board. I'm angry with the owner and the board, but I can't just take the anger out on results that ain't there. Like you've just said, people tell stuff as negative as it can be. They want to say everything's bad, no matter what. Put the positives in your head. I've said this loads of times on the channel. If you say we're going to go down, and I say we're going to stay up, whoever's right, we're going to, like, if we do go down, you're still going to feel like shit.
Same
do you know what I mean? I won't feel no different. I won't feel no different to them. Yeah. Stay positive. It will hurt no matter what, if we do go down. So just stay positive. We will stay up. I do believe we're going to do it, and I can't wait till we do it now. I want these games to come so fast, because the more that are telling me we're not, the more determined it makes me to do it.
I think as a species, football fans are majority just very reactionary, but some of us become more objective sooner, and some really struggle to get that sort of objectivity to then calm themselves down and think, oh, well, going forward, what's this, that, and the other. Whereas, what we try to do on here, and thanks for watching, everybody, is that we try and pick out bits that have gone bad, but mainly the things that we can improve on or we've done well. And actually I didn't think that sort of looking at that away form, last 4 games, 3 draws, 1 loss. That's not bad considering we were away at Palace, United, Chelsea, and Forest.
And the reason people are angry with that is because we did look like we could have done better. So those draws could have been wins because we performed all right in them. There is positives to take. I do think our away form's going to change. I think at home, the players are scared because they realise what's at stake. And I think when they go away, I think they'll like it when they play away now. I do. I think they'll go away and they'll think, right, let's just play. Pressure's on Leicester. That's what I think.
I don't know about that, Paul.
It's a good point. You're getting me excited now.
There you go. You never know. You never know.
Draw.
I'll tell you what, if we win tomorrow, maybe it will be our best away form for years.
Ian's just said a very interesting fact as well. It just shows that we're losing our heads too much. Like, I've not seen no one put it out in a positive way, like you've just said. In 4 away games, it is getting better. It is getting better. All I'm seeing is people go on Twitter and say, oh, we're awful, we're crap away, we're crap away, we're crap away. And they just want to say we're crap. They don't want to actually look at what's happened. They don't want to actually look at the draws and the actual statistics and our performances, like you've said, away. We are getting better away. Dyche is getting these better away. He is. And I believe Leicester could be the start. People say it's the home games that will keep us up. I think it'll be different. I think it'll be the away games this time that will keep us up. I think that they get scared at home now, and I think it'll be the away games that keep us up. I do. Right, we're coming to an end. It's an hour. I don't want to keep you on too long, but you've all stayed with us, by the way. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and share it if you can. It's been a good one tonight. I put some stuff on for you, and Paul's got his headphones, and they've sounded fantastic, so I'm quite happy about that. This channel's getting good. Signal
next.
Yeah, signal. When he's got those headphones and that signal, I'm going to go and frigging lose him to Gary Lineker. Gary Lineker's going to be saying, get on frigging match of the day. But yeah, I am loving this, people. Stay positive. I can't wait for tomorrow. I can't wait. And I don't feel as stressed. I felt scared and stressed that other one, where this one, I feel like there's not as much expectation because a lot of people are on Everton's back. And I feel like just sit back. Watch it. Have a good game against Leicester. The pressure's on them. Let's just give them a good game. And the pressure's on them. So let's just win. Let's beat them. And this Bluecast, by the way, I've set this channel up about 3 months ago. Yeah. It's going to be lucky. It's going to be lucky. I'm going to have, if you got me on Twitter, I'm going to have face paint on tomorrow. I'm going to have Ride the Unicorn tomorrow. I don't give a damn, mate. If you can get lucky socks and lucky underwear, then you can get a lucky unicorn. And I'm going to have the unicorn out. I'm going to try everything. I don't care. Any sort of look that we can get, because that's what's going to happen. Look, I'm going to get it all out. Why not? Tomorrow. So everybody on. Paul, any last words?
No, whatever you're wearing now, if we win, we've got to wear it next time.
I know. Pre-match. We'll have to stick to it. We'll stick to anything. Just need that look. It doesn't matter how we play. It doesn't matter how we play. All you've got to do, don't concede. Drag the ball over that line. You don't need to score pretty goals. It don't need to be good passing. It just get a goal, get the 1-0. I know I've said my score's bigger, but it doesn't matter how we play. You don't need to like this Everton. You just need to get the points. That's all we need to do. And I really do believe that we can do it against this Leicester team. We've just got some players. They're just not clicking yet, but we've got Ghana Gay. Because we don't, some of us don't rate our players that much, but Leicester are probably looking at them and thinking, well, they've got PSG Ghana Gay. They've got Onana, a young lad coming in. He'll probably be a big lad in the centre. They've got Gray who can play on the wing. McNeil, you're gonna have to watch him. They've got Tarky at the back, solid tackler. They've got Cody or Mina that can come in. Think the best stuff. They've got Calvert-Lewin. He used to be an England striker. He's coming in now. He's going to score. We're going to have to watch him. Yeah. They're going to be scared of us. Leicester, we're scared, but look at some of those Leicester fans now. Look at some of the Leeds fans. They're shitting it. We're not. Yeah, exactly.
They are nervous. They are nervous. You could tell against Leeds. In fact, Leeds were more nervous than Leicester because they were a home side. So it could actually work in our favour.
Dan's sleeping. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll do it. And I can't wait to do it. But this time, when we do, we will sort the club out. We're not going through this again, by the way, because I can't. I can't do this, Paul. Can you? Every season.
It's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah. For Mr. Chilled, yeah, not for me. I don't think I'll always do it, but I'd love to have a chilled season where I can just like.
You remember when we used to have them?
Moyes was pretty chilled, wasn't he? Moyes was Europa League. If go for top 4, if you don't get top 4, you get Europa League. What I'd do for that now? Try and get top 4, because we was one of the best teams outside the top 5 for. So we always just pushed for it. Moyes did, and we'd always, like I say, if we'd want top 4, but we'd not get it, and we'd moan. What I'd do now to get that sort of vibe again, that old Everton, like in Europa League and stuff like that. It's stressful now. I don't want it. I want it to change, but I do believe there's a lot of change that could happen. I don't want to go down, by the way. Don't want to go down at all. I'm not even thinking about it. I know you've said that loads on the channel, Paul. For me, we can't go down. Can't stand. I like the people. I don't disrespect them, but the people that say we're down already, I just can't think that. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we can.
DCL will score.
Yeah. He will, and we'll love it when he does. In fact, I'd say look for it tomorrow night. Look for that shot where DCL scores, runs to the corner in front of our fans, slides on his knees.
But I just, I was watching the Spurs game versus Liverpool. I'm sure a few of you would have watched it because we all watch Liverpool to lose. Of course we do. And I was watching Spurs v Liverpool, and I was watching it, and I thought Spurs are going to bring this back. And they brought it back, didn't they? 3-2. And Richarlison come on, and I said to the missus, I goes, put a bet on Richarlison score. She goes, you what? There's only 10 minutes. I goes, put a bet on Richarlison score. He'll score against Liverpool. I said he'll score. Richarlison comes on. He looks good, like he used to for us. He hates Liverpool. He's still got Everton in him. Richarlison has smashes one in. And I thought, yes, I think £5 it won me £95. She put a £5 on it in the end. It won me £95. But Richarlison scores.
Brilliant.
And he said, why did they let them score a goal bloody back when Richarlison scored straight away? Friggin' hell. Jota want it straight after.
Oh, well.
He's still Everton. I just made that point about Richarlison. Yeah, that's the reason I made the point, because I still love him. I do still love him. And I think if they're bringing Richarlison on the last 10 minutes, he won't stay with them. He won't stay with them. And I think if we stay up, Richarlison will want to move. And you never know. You never know. I'd have a little go on him if he wanted to come back. I would. I'd have Richarlison back any day. But yeah, it was a good goal. We always like players scoring against Liverpool, especially Richarlison. He still balls the piss of them. So keep the faith. Come on, you Blues. There's still loads on, so I don't really want to go, but I've got to. They're all loving the Blue Cast. Stink Pooter, I like your name as well.
Class.
When I first did this channel, I had a lot of trolls. I don't know who there was. I think I know who there was, but I had a lot of trolls, and one of them tried to insult the channel, and they called it. They called it, because it used to be called Dan's Bluecast. They called it Dan's Poocast. They called the channel Dan's Poocast, and I said to my missus, I goes, they've just called the channel Dan's Poocast, and she goes, she was in stitches, and I goes, I'm not actually angry with that, because that is the most funniest insult I've ever heard.
That's quite clever. It's quite clever.
Dan's Poocast. It was a good one. It made me laugh. She gets me with that one. But now, yes, it's Toffee Bluecast. We're all up the fucking toffees all the time, so we added the toffee, and it's a Bluecast with a Bluecast people. So love it, everyone. Have a good night's sleep. I'm not going to sleep tonight now. I'm not. I'll probably be up till about 1 o'clock, then get sleep, then wait all day tomorrow. I wish it was a 12 o'clock kickoff. But all of you, loads on. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. I put loads of stuff on. I do my research for you. Get on it. I've got Paul with the headphones now. I'm so proud that he's got on.
Can't get left and right.
They feel good though, don't they? They do feel good. They're quite clear as well. So we've both got the headphones now. We'll get his signal right. And we'll get loads of good stuff on this channel for you. Like, are going to get the backgrounds and everything. And Everton are going to stay up. If you think they're going to go down, you're going to be wrong. We're going to stay up. Yeah, believe. Right, I'm going to drop the banner, everyone. Have a boss night. And we'll be doing the pre-match the day after, like we always do. But we might do a little bit of a space if we get too excited and just do a Bluecast space, because we might just jump on it if Everton win after Leicester, because we might give you a bit of a reaction that we don't normally get, because me and Paul are very grumpy when we lose, so we don't give you that reaction. But I've got a feeling we're going to beat Leicester, so we might give you that reaction if we do. And everyone on the channel as well, DM me on Twitter. It's Dan's Bluecast. Go on my Twitter. DM me if you are willing. I've already spoke to Everton Everton. I spoke to Paul Caswell. He said he will. Jamie, I'll get him on. I know he ain't got a choice. All of us will do a live screen. All of us on when Everton stay up. We'll all go on the channel live, celebrating, talking, shouting, whatever we want. Champagne, anything. We'll do it when we stay up. Can't wait for that moment. Have a boss night. And I'll drop the banner for you now. What the fucking toffees. I don't want to leave this channel when I'm on. Here we go.